Good time. Having a lot of fun.
What have you been doing while you've been in town?
Chasing down motorcycle parts. That's what I've been doing. I used to be a mechanic, and it's a great town for old motorcycles, and that's what I'm doing. Pretty exciting, huh? The glitter, the tinsel, the tears, the laughter. That's kind of what you're expecting, I guess. No, actually, Brick Eklund and I are having lunch, and then I'm going out later with Sean Penn to discuss a couple of projects. And no, I'm looking for motorcycle parts.
What kind of motorcycle do you drive?
All different kinds. I collect antiques. That's what I do.
Harleys?
No Harleys. No Harleys.
Any private endorsements for any corporate?
No.
So you're kind of a biker dude, is that it?
Yeah, kind of my own guy, kind of go my own way, cut my own path, beat a different drummer up. What is it though? You beat a different drummer, everybody's got a step for Johnny, or all of those things, yes.
We have a house band and we beat up our drummer too, once in a while. Now, how can you tell the sexual difference between a caterpillar, Jay?
Between a caterpillar? Again, I'm married, so to me that really is not a problem anymore, but I guess being a band member, you probably would be more inclined to investigate that kind of thing. I have no idea. No, I have no idea.
Is there truth to the rumor that David Hartman will be replacing David Letterman?
I hadn't heard that. No, I didn't. David Hartman, Mr. Potato Head? No, I didn't hear anything about that, no. Well, he's on in the morning or something, isn't he? Didn't he used to be Lucas Tanner? Is that him? Is that the guy?
Lucas Tanner, the basketball coach for...
Lucas Tanner. Remember the TV show, Lucas Tanner? Wasn't there a TV show?
I think he rode a motorcycle.
Thank you very much. No, that was Bronson rode the motorcycle.
And also Dr. Kiley.
And Dr. Kiley, yeah, and Dr. Kiley.
What plans do you have aside from performing while you're here in Chicago? Is there anything you're going to go see, go do, people to meet?
Yeah, all of those things, really, really. I have kind of one of those generic guides of things to do, and I'll probably do a little bit of all of that. No, I just walk around and see. I like Chicago. It's a good town, good Italian food, and I get a lot of free food here because I get recognized, so people give you like free slices of pizza and stuff. I like this place. I like Chicago. It's fun. A lot of places to eat where they give you paper towels. If it's a cloth napkin, I won't go there. I like a paper cup and a plastic cup and a paper towel, and the sandwich is like wrapped in the thing, and that's what I like about this town. It's a good town for that.
The reason I came up with the caterpillar question is I saw you on Hollywood Squares one day, and I think it was...
pay the rent too, all right? Now, again, I am doing Hollywood Squares, the motion picture. I don't know, that's a new thing. We've just signed for that, and Jeremy Irons is going to play Bowser, and it looks good. It looks like it should be a good film. No, you saw me on Hollywood Squares, and what?
And Match Game.
Match Game PM. Oh, no, Match Game. Yeah, they're going to go 90 minutes with Hollywood Squares Match Game Crosswits. It's going to be like a movie of the week.
Made for TV movie.
Made for TV.
MFTV.
What was it about Caterpillar you were going to ask me?
They asked you a question, and you came up with the answer through the miracle of television that you knew how to tell the... They ask a lot of sexual deviant type questions on the show.
And what was my answer? I don't even remember.
I kept yelling out, you got to turn it over.
Again, yeah, being a musician, that would probably be the most appropriate answer, I suppose. No, I don't remember what the answer was.
What's the strangest question that you can recall they've asked you on that show? Besides to appear there.
Gee, I honestly don't know. I mean, I've done that show a bunch of... I really can't remember. I wish they would ask me some strange ones. It got canceled, it's not on anymore.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they want to put on some stupid PBS show. You believe that? They cancel Hollywood Match Game for the Lions of Etosha. What a waste of time. Do you believe that? No wonder TV's in the tubes. It's a terrible thing.
Jay, what's coming up in the future? Are you getting any motion picture offers now that you're a celebrity, your celebrity status here?
I got a couple of motion pictures offers. Someone asked me if I wanted to see Star Trek 3, so I may see that this weekend. There's a couple of other big films I've been asked to see, so it looks good. Again, Silkwood, I missed out on that. I'd like to see Ghostbusters. So, film-wise, it looks like it's going to be a real good year for me. Yeah, it's going to be a real good year.
Any plans for the summer that you intend to do with your wife, your family?
Yeah, we're going to be picnicking a lot. I don't know. Plans for the summer, you mean career-wise?
No, I meant just general hanging around. What do you do wherever you live in the summer? Where are you from?
I'm from California, so it's always summer, so you pretty much do whatever you want to do there. I don't know. I get on the bus, and my manager gives me envelopes, and each day I tear open another envelope and see where I'm going to appear, and that's kind of the way I go through life. I mean, it's true. It's kind of the Barney Mission Impossible kind of attitude. Give me the thing, and Oh, Chicago. All right, like the Jolson story, you know, with the newspapers coming up. And that's the kind of way life on the road is. I've been on the road now 162 days. And a lot of people don't realize that in 1983, the Russians had a comedian out for almost 159 days. And I'd like to bring the record back here to America. And I don't use Tang or any of the other things that a lot of the comedians use, so I'm hoping that we can, you know, get it back in America where it belongs.
The Summer Olympics. Jay Leno, I'd like to thank you for appearing on That's Chicago. I'd like you to do one thing for us. Look in the camera and give us a signature, which is, That's Chicago.
Give us a what?
A signature. Signature of our show is, That's...
Oh, you want me to say, That's Chicago on the thing here? All right. Well, gee, well, that's Chicago. Was that all right? Is that the kind of thing you want?
That was great.
Thank you very much. I'm on your own.
Okay, send in the broads. Jay's married.
Yeah, well, anyway, hey, Fellini. Hey. Yeah, go for the Emmy later, all right, pal? Hello? Who is this guy?
Ken Heineman.
Oh, Ken Heineman. This is what happens when you don't hire a union. Yeah, well... Yeah, we're here in Gorky. We're at Sakharov's apartment. It's a beautiful place, isn't it? You didn't think the Russians into black velvet there with the... Well, you can't show the painting on the wall, can you, here? We have a beautiful painting. It's a naked woman. It's the classic neo... What would you call that? I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it. It's the kind I like. It usually has a picture of Elvis in the center, and then you have a cocktail glass in one corner and a hypodermic needle in the other, and... If you get a full tank of gas, you usually get about 10% off. We're here at Zanies. This is where the comics hang out. Good evening. Hi, how are you? My name is Jay Leno, and welcome to Wasn't That Chicago? Isn't that the name of this? That's Chicago. That's Chicago. It's with Jonathan That and Bob Chicago, the two hosts of the show. They gave me this mic. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Did you guys have some relevant questions? Something you wanted to discuss?
How high is up?
Okay, thank you very much. Listen, I think what you took is called Orange Sunshine. Now, we will have some paramedics at the house to try to help you with this. This is like a kabuki theater couch that we're sitting on here. It's right on the floor. We're between shows at Zanies. And this show is done live, isn't that right? And this is on tape, so so much for honesty, okay? Well, what else? Any questions, guys? What do you want to know?
What do we want to know? How did you get started doing... fuck. Oh.
Good.
Editing.
Good, editing as we talk.
Relevant questions.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Who was the strongest influence on your comedic approach, your stand-up routine?
Who was the strongest?
Yeah, who do you like? What comedians?
Oh, I like anybody conceptual. I like Robert Klein. I like Steve Martin. Any of those guys. Albert Brooks. You know, when I was a kid, all the comedians I liked were like old guys. It was Alan King and Jack Benny, and, you know, they talked about their wives, or they talked about being married, and da-da-da-da. And although I thought all that stuff was funny, the stuff my friends and I used to laugh at, I never saw anybody do on television, you know. And then when I was about 19 or something, I started seeing Robert Klein and George Carlin doing... I remember Carlin doing all that class clown kind of stuff, and that's the kind of things, you know, when you're a kid in high school that you would do. But I never thought that would be funny to anybody else. You just think, gee, that's funny to your friends. And so those guys had a big influence. You know, I said, gee, I do that kind of stupid stuff. Maybe I'd like to give that a shot. They don't look that much older than me or that much different than me, you know. And so those guys are really real helpful.
I saw you last time you were here in Chicago, and you did some material about the Three Stooges.
Well, just for you, I'll do it again tonight here at Zanies. I hadn't planned to repeat any material, but since you're in the audience, I'll do a lot of the same stuff for you. I know it'll be a big thrill for you there.
Silly stooge kind of humor.
Yeah, I know you enjoy that kind of thing.
I do. I enjoy anything to do with the Stooges, and that was interesting that the three men that were most respected by other men.
That's right. Albert Einstein, Abraham Lincoln, and Moe, I think, were the three most respected men by men. That is true. It's a fascinating thing, because men like them. Women just think they're stupid. I don't know why that is.
Where do you get most of your material?
What I like to do is come to a town like Chicago, find a new guy just starting out, steal his act, and then humiliate him into leaving the business. Because, see, now I can afford to come down on with high-powered lawyers and just crush these little worms, and when they stand up, I can go, ha, ha, him, ha, he's a nothing. And a lot of times these guys will OD or just die or fall from the picture, and I find that's much better than sitting down and actually working hard and trying to come up with things the right way.
Is there any message you want to give to our viewers or anybody that's thinking about getting into a career in stand-up comedy?
Any message?
No, yeah.
Well, I think the best thing is to try and make a living as a comedian. I mean, you know, when I was in Boston and I was doing comedy, I had friends that also wanted to do comedy and acting, but they had day jobs as waiters or waitresses or whatever, you know, and after a while they got used to making certain amounts of money, you know, and you like having a new car, a nice stereo or something, and then you just wind up working at your day job to pay for all those extra things, you know. And then when someone says, oh, there's an audition next week, you know, at this town, you say, well, I can't go next week, I got to work. And that's what happens. You keep putting off and putting it off. So I think the real trick is to try and get to as many amateur clubs. I think they have an amateur night here at Zanies. You know, you get in, you watch people. Because, you know, if you want to do it, you go down on amateur night. You'll see people that are better than you. You'll see people that are far worse than you'll ever be. And you'll see people that are probably like you, kind of struggling and going on, you know, and they're not getting any laughs. Because, you know, it's very discouraging if you're a newcomer and you come in and you watch a professional and you say, wow, this guy is real polished. I could never do this. But when you see a bunch of people who are at the same level you are, you know, and you see, gee, he's making the same mistakes I make, and I like him. He's kind of funny, you know. It makes it a little bit easier. So that's really the two things, I think, is try and do whatever you have to do to become. I always say the worst thing you can do as a comedian is make $20,000 a year, because then you start getting comfortable. You don't want to go over here and take a chance, and you don't want to go to New York because, gee, I'm getting a lot of work around Chicago. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
The only thing I'd like you to do is look into our camera and give you our signature. Give us your signature.
All right. Again, kids, remember, watch That's Chicago and stay off drugs. Please, don't be a dope. Don't watch Chicago. Oh, no, is that wrong? No, don't take drugs while you're watching Chicago. That's Chicago. Don't take drugs, and don't watch That's Chicago. Thank you. Goodbye. I think that was pretty.
No, it's watch That Chicago.
Watch That Chicago. Watch That Chicago. What are we? Was this Pennsylvania Dutch? Throw Mama from the train a kiss and watch That Chicago. Watch That's Chicago. So long, kids. Hey, Fellini.